So before you do any design work, I want to show you how I built my own animation. This is my final project, and I was really going for a traditional neon sign look. So not a lot of animation going on, just turning layers on and off in sequence. But to be able to animate this way, I wanted to set up my artwork in a way when I was designing it that would make this process much easier in After Effects. So if I jump into Illustrator, this is the artwork as I designed it to bring into After Effects. The stroke thickness and the colors of each line aren't really that important. I wasn't concerned with if these were going to be the final colors. What I was concerned with was making the objects that were going to be the same color in the end, the same color inside of Illustrator. That way I knew everything that's going to be red, everything that'll be yellow, and everything that'll be blue. Next I had to think about what I wanted to be able to turn on and off independently from everything else. For instance, I want this outline to be separate from this line here, so that I can turn each one on and off simply by changing the opacity of the layer inside of After Effects. Right now, they're both on the same layer. So what I need to do is separate these out into two different layers. So I'll take this line, plus this line over here, because this is part of the same layer, select both of them, cut by pressing Command X or Control X on a PC, then I'll make a new layer, and press Apple F or Control F to paste exactly where it was already positioned. Then I'll rename this Inlines. Now this layer right above it has three different colors on the same layer, and I know that I'll want to animate each one of those colors separately. So I'm going to add to this layer yellow, then I'm going to take the red from the word, cut, make a new layer, Apple or Control F, rename this Bob's Red, then do the same thing for the blue. Now we can turn each one of these layers on and off independently. And because they're on separate layers in Illustrator, when I bring them into After Effects, they'll be separate layers there. And I'll have much less organization to do once we go to animate it. So after you finish creating your design, make sure that you set up your file in a way that'll make things easier for you in After Effects. If inside of Illustrator, you can kind of see how your animation is going to play out just by turning layers on and off, that's a good sign that your file is set up well for After Effects.